Glosary and Forestry Policy and Administration. 1. Act, a decree, edict, or law, especially one proceeding from a legislative body, alienable and disposable land, refers to all areas delineated or demarcated as not needed for forest purposes. Arrest is an act of taking a person into custody in order that he may forthcoming answer the commission of his offense. Auxiliary invoice, a document issued by the BIR which contains complete listing of forest product and a specified forest change. Barangay refers to the smallest political unit of government endowed with the power to own properties, to sue and to issue and to pass ordinances affecting its government affairs. Certificate of origin, a document issued by the BFD for every shipment of forest product from place to the other. Civil and military reservation refers to these lands which are utilized for civil and military purposes. Code is any systematic collection or digest of the existing of a country, any system or collection or points of law. Confiscation, appropriation through court order of forest product found illegal, including accessories used therein. Critical watershed, a drainage area of a river system supporting an existing and proposed hydroelectric power, irrigation works, or domestic water facilities needing immediate protection or rehabilitation. A decree is an ordinance or edict promulgated by civil or other authority. Destination is the place where forest products are unloaded from the carrier outside the territorial jurisdiction of a certain concession area. Ethics is conforming with an accepted standard of a good behavior. Exporting is the system of transporting products from one country to another, either for sale, for barrier, or for exchange. Firewood refers to all out and gathered trunks and branches of trees used for domestic household fuel consumption. Sir, forester is a person who has been professionally educated in forestry with a qualification to practice forestry or an equivalent degree. Forest occupant, an individual actually and directly occupying and cultivating public forest land as of December 31, 1981. Forest offense, an offense made by any person inside the public forest which has an absolute purpose without prior authority. Forest officer is any official of the BFD who has been delegated by law to execute and enforce forestry laws, rules, and regulations. Forest policy, a branch of forestry which deals with practices and courses of action underlying the management and development of forest property. Forest product is comprised all goods and services obtained from the forest either in law, derived, or processed form. Forest protection, the study which deals with safeguarding, protecting, tending, and carrying of forest. Forest resources from various injurious agencies. Forest reserves. Forest reserves refers to those land lands which have been reserved by the President of the Philippines for any specific purpose or purposes. Forestry is the scientific management of forest for the continuous production of goods and services. Fuel wood. Fuel wood is refers to all cut gathered trunks and branches of trees used for commercial fuel consumption. Illegal forest products pertain to all forest products derived from the supporting official uh, derived from the public forest land without any supporting official documents. Indiscriminated logging pertains to the injudicious cutting of trees which eventually detriment future tree crops. Law. Law is a rule of conduct just obligatory and laid down by legitimate power for common observance and benefits. Lease. Lease is a privilege granted by the state to a person to occupy and process any forest land wherein rental is clearly specified. License. License is a privilege granted by the state to a person to utilize forest resources within any forest land and with the right to establish and operate processing plant. Lag supply contract. Lag supply contract is a rating agreement entered into between a license holder and a lag buyer that the former supplies lags to the latter over a specified period of time. Lag transaction form. An accountable form prescribed jointly by the BFD, PNPE, and PLME issued the license holder indicating the place of transaction and lags sold and bought by the vendor and the vendee. Mangrove forest. Mangrove forest, that type of forest occurring on tidal flat along the sea coast, extending along stream when the water is brackish. Next is marine park. Marine park is any public offshore area delimited as habitat of rare and unique species of marine flora and fauna. Memorandum. Memorandum is a note used in aiding the memory, a brief record. Mineral land. Mineral land is refers to these lands of the public domain which have been classified and delimited as sources of homogeneous crystalline substances. Mossy forest. Mossy forest is the type of forest growing on higher elevation and composed of short and stunted trees where the stems are usually covered with mosses. Next is multiple use management. Multiple use management is the harmonized utilize of land, soil, water, wildlife, recreation, various grasses, and timber of forest lands. National economy. National economy is refers to the entire economic life in the country. National patrimony refers to the national resources of the country which is under the constitution and include all lands of the public domain.